Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going deep on innovation with a story that goes way beyond just the golf course. We're talking about the Titleist Pro V1,
Yeah,
a golf ball that revolutionized the sport.
absolutely.
And we're going to be looking at excerpts from a document
Okay.
that detail the Pro V1's journey from like concept
Mm-hmm.
to just dominating the market.
Mhm.
This isn't just for golf fans either.
Right.
It's about creative problem solving
Uh-huh.
and a relentless pursuit of just being better.
Well, I think what's so captivating about the Pro V1 is that it really does epitomize that impact of innovation.
Yeah.
It's not just a thing, it's a case study in understanding what your customers want
Right.
and pushing the limits of technology.
Before the Pro V1,
Okay.
golfers had a tough choice to make.
Mm-hmm.
Two-piece balls, or wound balls.
Yeah.
Two-piece, great for distance, terrible around the green.
Distance.
Wound
Yeah,
balls,
yeah.
you got the control,
Right.
but shorter distance. Talk about a compromise.
It was, a constant compromise. Golfers had to choose,
Yeah.
prioritize
Yeah.
one or the other. You think about it, the two-piece balls, solid core, thin cover.
Yeah.
They're like the power hitters of the golf ball world.
Or-
And then you have the wound balls.
Yeah.
All those layers of rubber thread, those are all about like finesse and spin.
And, Titleist, they were known for those wound balls,
Right.
but then found themselves, kind of at a crossroads.
Uh-huh.
Competitors were saying that the wound ball was dying.
Yeah.
Like it was obsolete.
Time to move on.
Embrace the new solid balls.
Mm-hmm.
And Titleist knew
Yeah.
that they needed to adapt
Right.
and innovate to stay in the game.
Well, I think that's what lit a fire under them.
Right.
They knew that if anybody was going to create a ball that was truly better than the wound ball,
Yeah.
it had to be them.
Yeah.
And that just kicked off this whole, insane experimentation phase.
Oh, yeah. And it's so interesting. And there's that, almost legendary story of them filling golf balls
Oh, yeah.
with toothpaste and Guinness.
Toothpaste, right.
It's just like they were willing to just think outside the box.
They were willing to try anything. Yeah. And, I mean, obviously not everything worked.
Yeah.
I don't think those Guinness balls made it past testing.
Yeah.
But every attempt, every failure, they got something out of it.
Yeah.
Led to the Pro V1.
It wasn't an overnight success, though.
Yeah.
They had early attempts. The professional ball
Yeah.
showed some promise but didn't really hit the mark.
Right.
Then they came out with a Pro two-piece.
Oh, yeah.
Ambitious attempt to kind of combine the distance of
Yeah.
a two-piece with the feel of a wound ball.
Yeah, right.
Got the distance, but moisture absorption became a problem.
Oh, yeah, that's a big problem.
Really messed with the performance.
Huge. But you know what? I think that was a turning point for them, the Pro 2-piece.
Yeah.
It showed them that getting distance and control, it wasn't going to be easy.
Yeah. But it gave them a direction to go, okay, this is what we got to fix. And then, boom, the breakthrough, the veneer.
Right.
This coating solved the moisture problem, paved the way for the Pro V1. Amazing how something so simple can have such a huge impact.
It's incredible. It was like this protective barrier.
Yeah.
Moisture couldn't get into the core,
Right.
mess things up,
Yeah.
and it was the missing piece, right? Allowed them to finally get all of it. The distance, control, consistency.
Even the name Pro V1 is interesting.
Right.
It wasn't some marketing thing. It was just what they called it in the lab. And it just stuck because players were buzzing about it.
It's the power of word-of-mouth marketing.
Yeah.
They were genuinely impressed by it. And that excitement, it just spread like wildfire.
We got to talk about Davis Love III.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the first pros to try it out.
Right.
His reaction.
Mhm.
Perfect example of the impact of this ball.
Absolutely.
Went from skeptical to completely amazed.
Mm.
And then there's that story of him losing a prototype ball,
Oh, yeah. He's frantic.
frantically searching for it.
Had to find it. Yeah.
Talk about adding some drama to it all.
Yeah. Well, I think Love Third's experience was like a mini version of the Pro V1's whole journey.
Right.
It started as this unknown thing.
Yeah.
People doubted it, questioned it,
Yeah.
and then it just performed, shut everybody up,
Yeah.
turned the doubters into believers. And that lost ball incident, right, just goes to show how important those prototypes were.
Yeah.
They were literally looking for a piece of golf history.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Then came the Las Vegas Invitational
Mm.
in 1999,
Yeah.
kind of an accidental launch.
Right?
Titleist only brought a few Pro V1s.
Yeah.
Just for a few players to test, but word had gotten out.
Oh, yeah, people were talking. That buzz was like everybody wanted to get their hands on it.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And it was the perfect place for it, you know? Las Vegas Invitational, all the attention. It just put the Pro V1 on the map.
One of the players that took a chance on it was Billy Andrade.
Oh, yeah.
He was looking for like a career boost and saw something in that ball.
Well, and, you know, taking a chance on a new ball like that, that's a big decision for a pro. It could mess up your whole game.
Yeah.
But for Andrade, it paid off big time.
Big time. He won the whole tournament, and that sent shockwaves through the golf world.
Oh, yeah. Everybody was like, what was that ball?
Solidified it. You know, this is a game changer.
Game changer. It just took off after that. Became the hottest thing in golf.
The hottest thing, yeah. Players were sharing them. Demand was through the roof.
Couldn't keep up.
Titleist couldn't make him fast enough.
I've heard stories of people like waiting in line for hours.
Really?
Just to get a box of Pro V1s. It was crazy.
It was like the must-have item, like a status symbol almost.
Yeah.
You know?
And it wasn't just that pros were playing them, they were breaking records with them.
Breaking records, yeah.
Yeah.
Brad Faxon, new scoring record at the Buick Invitational. And then Davis Love III, the guy who lost that prototype.
Yeah, right.
Breaks the course record at Pebble Beach.
With a 63, that final round, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just, you know, a fluke or two. The Pro V1 was actually making players better. More accuracy, more distance, more control. It was like rewriting the record books.
Yeah, even the media was like,
oh, yeah.
USA Today, front page story, the ball that's turning golf upside down.
They were right. I mean, it wasn't just another ball.
Right.
It changed everything.
Yeah.
All those old ideas about golf ball design out the window.
And its dominance wasn't just like on the Pro Tour, it was in the market too.
Yeah.
Like at one point, the Pro V1 had a bigger market share than most entire golf ball companies.
Wow.
One ball outselling entire companies.
That's insane. It just shows you the trust that people had in Titleist and the reputation of the Pro V1. They knew they were getting quality, they were getting performance.
And Titleist didn't just stop there.
No.
They kept going, refining the Pro V1, came out with the Pro V1X.
Right, Pro V1X. Gave golfers choices, you know, different balls for different players, different styles.
And it's gone through so many changes since then.
So many, yeah.
Each one better than the last. Titleist just never stopped. They were always researching, always developing.
That's the key, isn't it? You can't just create something great and then sit back.
Right.
You got to keep innovating.
Yeah.
The world changes, technology changes, and you know what? Golfers, they change too.
Yeah.
Got to keep up.
So the Pro V1 it's more than just a golf ball. It's like a blend of science and marketing and even a little bit of luck. Right.
Definitely some luck involved.
Yeah.
But it shows us that even with something simple like a golf ball, there's always room to make it better.
Yeah.
And that spark, that creativity, it can change a whole industry.
So it's amazing, right? This one little golf ball changed the game. But as you said, it's bigger than golf.
Right.
Like, what are the big takeaways here? What can people learn from this?
I think a big one is you got to know your customer.
Yeah.
Titleist didn't just make a new ball for the sake of it. They listened to golfers.
Yeah.
They knew people were frustrated, having to pick between distance and control.
Yeah.
Found a problem. Then they just kept at it, you know, until they solved it.
And they weren't afraid to fail either. Like all those early experiments.
Oh, the toothpaste, the Guinness. Yeah.
We took risks.
Definitely took risks. But they learned from those, right?
Right.
those setbacks.
Yeah.
They're all part of the journey. Led them to the Pro V1.
And then they didn't just stop.
Right.
They kept innovating, refining the Pro V1, the Pro V1X.
Yeah, that's so important. You can't just rest on your laurels, right?
Right.
Got to keep pushing. The world changes, technology, what golfers want, it all changes. You got to keep up.
So someone listening might be thinking, okay, great golf story, but what about me?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right. Well, think about it this way. Is there anything in your life where you're just settling? At work, some skill you could be better at, even a bad habit. Could there be a Pro V1 solution out there? If you just thought, what if?
Yeah.
What if you shook things up a little, tried something new? What if you weren't so scared of failing?
I like that.
That Pro V1, it's a reminder that innovation, it's not just for big companies, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
It's how you think, how you solve problems, you know, just keep trying to be better, take on those challenges, and never lose that curiosity, you know, that that kid-like wonder.
Yeah, I love that. So the Pro V1, It's not just a golf ball.
It's not. Yeah,
It's about what we can achieve
absolutely.
when we push ourselves, when we ask, what if? Well, everybody, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the Pro V1. I think we all learned something today. And who knows, maybe we'll see some Pro V1 solutions out there in the world. Until next time.